Beautiful Tuesday morning.
Look at it out there.
Sun shining. How was your weekend?
Incredible. Spent the entire time in the pool with the family. I didn't know how much I needed this. It was like a recharge.
Yeah, the extra day did wonders.
Yeah, well, I don't know why we work 5 days a week.
So you stayed at home all weekend?
Yeah, I went to a concert on Saturday night with you. You left early because you had a comedy show.
I did, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. So you stayed at home. So the concert was free, right?
Yeah, concert was free.
Free concert.
Yeah.
You stayed at home with your family.
Yeah.
How much money did you spend this weekend?
Oh, at least $1,500.
Yeah, it's insane. I was thinking about that on the way here. Just like we have a weekend comes and you know you don't have a lot on your plate. You know, it's like a stay at home type of thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I don't have many plans. I'm just gonna go to the park. I'm gonna go meet a buddy for coffee.
Which is $12 to do that.
Yeah, which is $12. Have you ever had a Trenti from Starbucks?
What's a Trenti?
It's one up from Venti.
Okay.
Yeah. Found that out.
Trenti Americano.
Yeah, Trenti. But the whole idea of leaving your house has become so expensive. Even staying at home, you know, you're gonna cook a nice meal. You're a big steak guy.
I had steaks on Sunday night.
Yeah. You try to be economical, and you can't escape spending money.
No,
like that's the world we live in now, where it's like every time you leave your house to go do something, and it's like it's never been more clear that I'm gonna stay at home. Albeit, yeah, you can stay at home and watch a movie and whatnot, you know, Netflix binge, all that stuff. But same thing. We went to that concert, which was lucky we got to go for free. Yep. Okay, you go there. What was parking for us?
I didn't pay for parking.
Oh, attaboy. See, yeah, but why would you in this economy, right? Like,
you got to take what you can get.
That's exactly, you know, and it's so funny. So you go downtown Toronto, you assume you're paying, I think I paid $23, right? Or you rolled the dice. And
I know what? I didn't even think I rolled the dice.
It didn't get
good.
Hammered. You guys didn't drink much.
No, I had 2 beers.
2 beers.
For $14 a pop.
2 beers, a bag of candy, and you're cooked. Like, you know what I mean? And it's so, I think we're in this position where we want to have fun. You want to leave your house. You want to not leave your house. You want to stay home, and you're still like, every day you're like, okay, what's going to cost me money? And it's always something, and it's always the price of it is absurd. Like,
but even staying home, if you think about it, you're $25 a month for Netflix. You stayed home to watch movies instead of going out.
Yeah.
You got Disney Plus, you have Amazon. This could just be me, but
yeah,
you have everything because you have to stay up with all of it.
I know. And you justify it to yourself too. You're like,
or you order in. You order Uber Eats.
Yeah, I know. Uber Eats.
And you're $108 for delivery. You may as well have gone out.
So you stayed home, long weekend, free concert, stayed home, $1,500. Yeah, but it was a good weekend.
It was a great weekend, man. Like, it's still sunny today, which is nice. Yeah. And then I think we're going straight into pure Canada winter again next weekend.
I think the beautiful thing about like having seasonal shit here is like when you're broke and it's shitty out, you're like, oh, this is the worst. And then at least when it's sunny, you're like, yeah, I'm broke, but like I can go outside.
Happy.
Yeah. That's how everybody
go hit a bucket at the range.
Everybody in Toronto, that's like, you go to Trinity Bellwoods Park. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna go buy a 6-pack and sit on the lawn with my friends. I still have $0 in my account, but I'm excited about it. Yeah. And you're like, that was the best weekend ever. And we've become so good at like tricking ourselves to be like, yeah, I don't need much other than a 6-pack and the sun. You're like, okay.
Yeah, in this weather, 6-pack's not enough. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's so disheartening. But yeah, the weekend was good.
What about you?
It was good. Couple comedy shows. Went for a big old bike ride. You know, even that you again, everything comes down to money. But it was good. It was fun. Weather was great. I think everybody had a pretty good weekend. People were out. People came to shows.
How about your Habs?
Oh, yeah. Montreal Canadiens, baby. Let's go. Game 7. They did it again. Yeah, exciting. Give me something, you know, even that I'm like, I can stay at home. I don't go out to watch games anymore. I enjoy the peace and quiet of my own home. Again, it comes down to game 5, I think it was, when like somebody's like, hey, you want to go to the game? You want to go get wings? And you're like, yeah, sure. You know what? I'll do it. I'll socialize because you still want to do all that stuff. But I'm like, 2 pounds of wings, appetizers, fuck, $110.
Yeah. And that's without beer for you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane.
I know. No beer and I still. Yeah, but I use not drinking to justify buying stupid things. You know, it's the same as like, oh, I didn't drink this weekend. I didn't party, so I guess I'll go buy Jordans for $200 because it's just like that's the mindset.
Or a Mandalorian mask for the office.
Yeah. Everybody needs a Mandalorian mask. But the whole concept of just money in general, like, I think I think you have a family. You know, you got the nice house, pool, 2 kids, family,
Living the dream,
nice
dude.
car. I'm just a guy in his parents' basement. We have the same job, which is like, you know what I mean? But it's I think to each their own at every level, you know, whether you're working 9 to 5 corporate, you know, you work retail, whatever it is you do. I think at every level, money's such a giant factor of like this life. It's built into our everyday life. The internet's peppered with it. You know, everybody's talking about, the price of gas with what's going on, inflation, all this nonsense. And then people are just trying to enjoy life. Meanwhile, just being bogged down all the time, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, capitalism is real.
Yeah.
You have to be okay with it at this point. It's you want your Gucci shoes or you want to go to a movie, you want to do whatever you want. You got to make money, and that's the way it is. But
everybody wants nice
You
things.
shouldn't have to. So I took my my family out to a nice dinner, and going out for a nice dinner with my family is already a huge thing. I have a 2.5 and 5.5-year-old.
Yeah. What they get?
I get the bill is $178. I didn't even drink.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on here?
For butter noodles or whatever kids eat.
Butter pasta red sauce.
Yeah. $160. Outrageous. I know. I took my girlfriend to Eastside Mario's. That's where
I saw that.
Yeah. Bang for your buck. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah. Speaking of poor people doing things, how about that watch? So how do you say the name of the watch brand? Audemars
Piguet.
Audemars. Is that what it is? Audemars Piguet.
Yeah.
What does that watch cost? Luxury watch brand. What does that watch cost?
So if you get a Royal Oak,
okay,
you're $50,000 to $60,000 because it's aftermarket.
Okay, so $70,000 watch.
Yeah.
And they can get upwards of $300,000, $400,000.
Yeah.
You can get $1 million one.
Yeah, 100%.
So what? To my understanding, AP. We'll call it AP because Audemars Piguet it's just a mouthful. They released the
Royal
limited
Pop.
It's called the Royal Pop. So it's a limited edition pocket watch.
Yeah, I don't even think it's a pocket watch. I think it's a Labubu for a guy's belt.
Yeah, Labubu watch. So it's essentially just the face of a watch on a string.
Yeah.
Okay, and
on a rubber band.
And they released that with a price point of AP. If you have that watch, is a flex.
Yeah, it was a bigger flex a week ago.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing of like people. If you have walking around with that watch, that's a status thing. Same as driving a fancy car. People are like, oh, that guy's got an AP. Athletes, rich dudes, all that stuff.
Yep.
So now they take it and they say, hey, the common man. How do we get the common man's money? Because at the end of the day, that's all it is, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm only selling a $70,000 watch to big businessman, successful actor, athlete, whatever it is, and they're not getting my money.
No.
Right?
You're not even close.
I don't know how to say the brand name.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but do you think that's at the end of the day, they're not trying to be some trendy exclusive thing. They're just saying, how can we tap into the market of the bottom of the barrel people?
No, this is all about money. It's always all about money.
Yeah.
They're going to make, so if you think of the Moon Swatch, you have one.
Yeah.
So the Moon Swatch, they made like $50-60 million in the first year.
Yeah.
On the Moon Swatch.
Yeah.
So this is going to be bigger. There's people fighting in line to get this pocket watch.
So they released this watch. I don't know how many, and they did it it's a collaboration with Swatch. So you take a $70,000 watch and you make it, what is it, $400, $500?
I think it's 400.
Yeah. So now I get this super mega brand for something I can afford, $400, which most of those people also can afford $400.
Yeah.
Like, you know, is the idea there like a shoe drop or something where they're just like, hey, I can go wait in line for 7 days pitch a tent outside of a whatever mall. I get that watch and then I can flip it.
It's all flipping.
Okay.
So if you watch some of the streamers like out over in London, UK.
Yeah.
They said 99% of everyone they talked to is flipping it within an hour. But the funny thing is, Swatch Group NAP came out and they're like, it's not limited. This isn't limited edition.
So
you'll be able to get it forever.
Yeah, everybody wants.
So
to
it's just ironic. You're going to be first. You're going to flip it for cost.
Yeah.
So you're sitting.
Yeah,
for 7 days for $5.
You're a poor guy who doesn't have the rent, and you're in debt, but you have this $400 watch, and that's a flex. And that's what makes life worth living.
Isn't that our economy, though?
Yeah, but it's also like it's a testament to you want nice things at any cost, and it's you. Stupid financial decisions are. You could say hypothetically, let's say you make $1 million a year, you spend $200,000 on a car. That's not responsible.
No, but it's the need.
It's the need. Is it a need? Yeah. So now we go, what do we need? So it's. Sure. I just think that it's on every scale, whether you're hand to mouth, whether you're unemployed getting government money, all the way up the line. There's this idea that people just love to spend money they don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
It's a good way to live, but I think we're trending in that direction of why be responsible. It's so hard to buy a house.
Yep.
Damn near impossible.
Yep.
It's to save money is tough. People are like, oh, save your money. You get make $2,000 a month or $4,000 a month. Your rent, your groceries, gasoline. Heaven forbid you have kids. You're not.
Heaven forbid.
You're not. Yeah, heaven forbid I have kids. Yeah. But again, there's people are like, oh, you got to be smart with your money.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
What is smart
Nobody
with your money
wants
these
to.
days, though?
Yeah.
The smart with your money used to be you don't go out for dinner anymore, or you don't buy Starbucks, something like that. Smart with your money now is, did I save properly for a vacation, or
did I sewer myself with debt?
We're all there. If you live anywhere in the GTA, you have at least $500,000 worth of debt and up. Yeah, there's no other way to do it.
I mean, yeah, for sure. It's a tough go, but it's when we're talking money and we're talking financial, like fiscal therapy of just like talking it out and everybody's situation. They're always inclined to be like, I want to do something. And I think the world, especially the younger generation, is so sick of having people, oh, you have to save money. My parents, you should have put it topped up your TFSA.
Canada savings bonds.
Yeah.
Don't you remember?
I don't remember because I haven't saved a penny my whole life. But it's disheartening. But at the same time, it's just this transition of, I want to go on the vacation and you can't stop me. And I'm gonna do whatever. Like, albeit there's people who it's like, here's you've got $1,000. That's either your rent or you go buy a PlayStation 5. You know, that's a stupid decision where it's almost life and death. But it's just very difficult. It's a difficult thing, and I think that the next generation, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people who are making, like, financial literacy has never been higher. I think that with the internet and people.
Well, in high school, they teach financial planning now.
Do they really
Imagine if we had financial planning in high school. Although, it's a good. We do have a job because of it.
Of course, and financial planning, that's a thing. It's a grade 11 curriculum.
Yeah,
would they cut French, civics?
Did
drama.
You have civics?
I had civics. Learning about politics, and that's why. If you go to the average Joe and say, "Hey, do you know how the election works?" They don't know.
No.
But that's good that they put that. But like not knowing what a mortgage is, you go to high school.
Yeah.
They don't mention a mortgage. You don't know what a mortgage is. You know that's a thing in Monopoly.
Yeah.
That was the only time I would ever see the word mortgage is in Monopoly when you mortgage whatever it is. I'm even mortgaging my shit in Monopoly. You know what I mean? Like I can't even get ahead there. But it's good that people are literate and they are, I think especially with like COVID coming and people realized, hey, if I don't leave my house and I don't spend money, I have another $100 a month, $200 a month.
Yeah.
And
it was more than that. It was insane.
And I can't leave my house, but it for the first time, like a lot of the people I know were like, "Hey, I got some extra money. What can I do with it?"
Yeah.
And of course, that's what we preach saving a little can go a long way. But there's no reason that people can't set themselves up for the next chapter, I think, without having to sacrifice the big trips and whatnot. I don't know. It's difficult. Yeah.
It depends what the trips are. Because as you know, like you've sat with people before asking for a budget or trying to put something together. Yeah. And the first thing they say is, well, I need 30 grand for a trip. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Where are we going for 30
I was grand? That's more than a family trip to Hawaii. So I need to that's cool, but we got to budget this. You both make $60,000 a year. How are we going to figure this out?
$60,000 a year. You remember in high school and you're like, one day I'm going to be a doctor and make $140,000 and I'm going to have a mansion and a Ferrari. Now you're like, I make $130,000 and I'm fucking broke. It's absolutely wild to think of like what's required for a mortgage, save up for a down payment. But there is that, I think, peace of mind talking it out loud. Like, how many times will you and I sit together and I'll just tell you my situation, and regardless of where I'm at, like just saying it out loud and knowing that you're not alone in this situation, kind of helps. Now, that's not to say you're making the right decision. You know how many times I'm sitting in bed, I'm like, what's the average credit card debt for a 37-year-old single man? And they're like, oh, it's like 22 grand. And I'm like, I got 8 grand to spend. You know what I mean? Like, you just, you kind of con yourself with the delusion and you're like, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But being able to kind of, you don't want to pigeon yourself whole. Like every single person's situation is different, but just a little bit goes a long way. Like mentally, I think that's the mental hurdle of some people. I don't know how they can sleep with $200,000 of debt. I'm getting there, but I don't know how they it's very difficult. And money is our driving force. That it sucks. I think it sucks for so many people. When it's good, it's good. When you have the budget, you've made
isn't that what it is? Highs are hies and lows are lows.
Highs are highs and lows are lows. You just gotta get high during the lows. It's just the way, especially in the GTA. We're just outside Toronto, and it's just been like force fed down our throats forever. You gotta get into the market. You gotta buy a house. And then the past 10 years, it's like, well, I legitimately can't buy a house.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't work hard enough. You weren't smart with your money. A, that's the past. My decisions in the past that's that. And B, I'm working hard.
That's my favorite thing, because you got to work hard for your money. That probably came from your parents or someone around your parents' age.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I'm going to say the boomer generation of saying, you got to do this, you got to do that.
Yeah.
We had a house when we were 22.
Yeah.
We had kids when we were 24.
Of course.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
And it's hard to explain that it's not the same, but housing prices haven't grown by 2% a year.
Yeah, it's something. What is housing up between 2010 and 2020? 100%.
Yeah.
So you bought a house for $200,000. It's worth $4 now. And what did you buy for $200,000 in 2010?
A box.
Yeah. Insane. But so I don't know. I just think talking about it, and obviously, like savings vehicles, there's a bunch of different scenarios for saving and actually investing your money.
Yeah.
After the pandemic, everybody became a stockbroker, right? Sitting at home.
2020 to 2022.
Yeah.
Everyone knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah. Sure,
because all you had to do was pass it on the wall and see what stuck.
Yeah. But there was also those people who, like, how many of our friends were like, hey man, you got any good stock tips? I'm like, bro, you got $3,200 to your name. Like, what are you doing? Like, go to the casino if you want. Like, what crypto, Ethereum and all that. And like, okay,
dude, you put it on black, you have a better chance.
But they're like, what's a good stock? I'll give you a stock that it's a miracle pick and you double your money. Okay, sick. Now you have $6,400. Like, I don't know. It just became this whole thing of everybody was an expert, or they had some success. And that's the thing with investing too, I think. Whether it's in a stock market, in a business, in whatever it is, where once you see that initial, like, oh my God, I made what?
Oh, then the adrenaline.
And you think, hey, I did something right.
The endorphins. Oh my
God, I'm a stock guy.
The endorphins. You buy one stock, the next day it goes up 2% in the first minute.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah, free
Where's
money.
The next one?
Yeah, of course. It's going to the casino. You spin the roulette wheel. You win, you double your money, then you keep going. And then it's just, but with investing itself, it was like, there's certain times when it's appropriate to be heavy in the stock market as a young person, but people wanted a quick buck. And I think that's another.
But doesn't that just loop back around to the royal pop we were talking about with Swatch?
That's give me a chance to make money with doing the bare minimum, you know? That's why you buy lottery tickets, because I spent $10 and you're telling me there's a chance I can get ahead.
I think that's the biggest issue right now with investing is it's not everyone, obviously, but most people who come in that are, say, under 30 years old, the first thing they ask is, what's my return going to be? Yeah. How much money am I going to make? Because you just want it to be fast. Everything has to be fast. Same with flipping a inexpensive watch. The same as flipping a home, which that's not the same anymore, as we know. Mm-hmm. You can lose money now. It's a vicious cycle of how do I make the next dollar within a day with sitting on my couch?
Yep. That, and in the back of a lot of people's mind, you're like, what's your 10-year plan? Oh, grandma's dying. You know, my parents are
Didn't you say that to me?
No, my grandma will outlive me. Yeah, she's gonna get all my stuff.
Yes.
She'll get a skateboard.
Yeah.
She'll get a skateboard.
She'll get the Mando skateboard.
Skate videos. Yeah, she'll get a Wolverine helmet, maybe. Yeah, that's funny that my grandma's in my will. She deserves it. She's a hardworking lady. But yeah, I mean, the nature of finance right now is. It's wild. It's there's this big divide. How do we get involved? Like, how do we, as you're 38, I'm 37, you're 30.
I'm 37
37 years old. Tyler, how old are you? 30 years old. See, you're already behind the 8 ball, bro. You gotta get ahead. What are you doing? You should own property now, like Gary V.
Yeah, you're not in rental property.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother thing of people just being not brainwashed, because the internet's got it's such a good resource for education, but some of the things people see, and then they approach us as advisors and say, hey, I saw this. And I'm sure at some point we're going to jump into that and bunk some of the stuff, but it's like, real estate's a good investment. Do you know how hard it is to get somebody to lend you money for real estate?
Yeah.
Like, they talk about it on the internet. Like, it's just like, oh, you want to borrow how do I borrow this? You know what I mean?
The problem too is on the internet.
They won't give me a fucking library book anymore.
Well, that's because you stopped returning.
Yeah, it's bad credit.
The thing is, like, I agree with you. There's a lot of good stuff on the internet, because there is, if you know how to listen to it and you know how to act on it. But a lot of it's from the States. So when they're talking about go get a mortgage, go do this, it is easier there.
Yeah. Here,
you have to have a $150,000 salary and $10,000 worth of expenses, and you can get a mortgage, no problem.
Yeah. What does say I make $150,000, what do I qualify for a mortgage? Can you look at that, Tyler? Can you see how much, if I make $150,000 income, what is the amount that they'll lend me? And that's like a very reasonable, like, not many people. I think if you're making $150,000, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
you know, you're working hard.
Your
boss is making $3 million.
It's great. But all the Royals want to look at.
Let's just apply for a mortgage.
Yeah.
Let's see how we can do it.
All they're going to look at is your TDSR.
Okay, so $150,000 annual salary can typically afford a mortgage between $650,000 and $650 and $750. Okay,
yeah.
So that generally allows for a home purchase price in the range of $750 to $850. Okay, so 20% down on that is required. $150,000. So if you're making $150,000, in order to save $150,000, what's that taking?
If you're really smart, 5 years.
5 years? Well, that's $25,000.
That's what I'm saying. If you're really smart, you have to go back to everything.
But I'm going on that trip.
Exactly. Go back to everything we talked to today.
Yeah.
You're probably 10
years?
Yeah.
10 years.
I think you can do it in 10. Like, you're saving 3% of your income.
But remember when we said that the price of a house went up 100%?
I know. So
in
now
10 years? Yeah. I'll be able to afford a home at today's price in 10 years, which will be at 10 years' price, which will be fine because the apocalypse will have happened.
Yeah, and my Bitcoin will be worth $5 million.
Yeah. Tyler, have you ever dealt with Bitcoin or any of that? No. Yeah.
No, same as you were saying, I have about $3,000.
Yeah.
But you could double.
Dude. Yeah.
That's why I go to the casino a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Betting apps.
We're gonna get a roulette table in here.
Yeah, I know. This becomes one of those podcasts. Surprise picks. You're gonna want to pick Vlad Guerrero to hit three pokes this weekend. It's so hard. It's so difficult. People don't want to hear. And I can't speak for people, but I don't want to hear a generation ahead of me that did have a little bit easier time. Of course, it's situational, but like, God damn it, it's one of those things. It's like where to start, and I think that having a conversation, talking to people about like what were the first moves that outside of your work, ways to make money, because that's become a crucial part of everything. It's like how do I, how does my money make me money? Because that's the name of the game.
That's right? The name of the game here. It's all we do.
How does my money make money?
Yeah.
Whether it's waiting in line for 17 days to buy a watch
for $400,
for $400 and fighting people, or whether it's investing in the stock market, or whether it's buying a house or anything. It's just how does my money turn into more money so that the end goal is to just have enough money so that I don't have to worry about money.
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah. All you have to care about is making money to get to the point where you don't have to care about
it. Starts
money.
Super young too. So when I was a kid, we'd have every Saturday was treat day.
Yeah, treat day. Saturday treat day.
Exciting day, right?
Yeah.
It turned into beer day in like 17.
Yeah.
But you had to save up your allowance. You had to save, and back then my allowance was a toonie. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing big, but you're saving up for an end goal, and then you achieve that end goal, then you restart again.
Yeah.
Okay, now you get into your teens, so call it university.
Yeah.
And now you're saving up maybe for your first car, or you're
turning
paying
up,
for rent,
saving up for frosh.
Yeah, you're saving. Yeah, exactly.
I want a bendo.
Yeah, you're saving up for a kegger.
Yeah, kegger. Yeah.
So you complete that task and you start again.
Even all the dudes who had keggers, if you were the guy running a kegger in university, I bet you drive a real nice car now because you had that if I just can buy the beer and sell it to the kids for $10, I take on the liability. Sure, one of them gets a DUI, but you already have that the mindset of a entrepreneur.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I was just a guy who paid the $10 and. Well, I don't remember my 20s. Yeah.
I threw the keggers.
Yeah. But you were working in university painting houses?
Painting houses. So I put myself through school.
Yeah.
But there you go. That was I had to make money for that end game.
Yeah.
And then you get into the work life, same thing. And then you have a family, same thing. So you do this all the way up till retirement.
Yeah.
Whatever retirement is these days. Like we plan from 60 to 75. It depends on what you want your life to be. But as you said, the goal is to make enough money to not worry about money.
Yeah.
Isn't that ironic? Because it's a vicious circle.
Of course. I guess it is. That's a good way to look at it. Like you plan, I want to go out on I got a big golf trip coming up or something. I need to save up for that. So that's mini, what can we do to get there faster? If I can save some money, if Tyler, you can turn your $3,000 into an additional $300. There's a tea time. So then that comes and goes. But I think people are so worried about, at the 31st of the month is coming up. The cost of living is staring me right in the face.
Yeah.
How do I make that? And it's such a quick turnaround that it gets, the month came, I had my expenses, I'm back down to square. I'm back down to nothing.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you're if I can have some fun in between during that month, it's it's just
Yeah, especially now with the weather changing.
Yeah.
That's going to happen more and more.
Yeah. What's a tea time cost? Average tea time.
$120 and go from the highest to the lowest, I would think.
Okay. 120. How many times?
And that's average public tea.
How many times would you like to golf a month?
31.
Yeah. But that's an enjoyable. That's the nicest thing you want to do, right? So that's obviously everybody who's a businessman or whatever. It's hand in hand with golf because it's an expensive hobby. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's that's quite a bit. Let's say you're paying $500 for golf per month. Okay, I think that's
assuming that you didn't upgrade your driver.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You want a new driver? It's $900, but like
on sale.
That alone, it's okay. How do I make that's $500 coming out of your budget? That's substantial. If you're making five grand a month at post tax, the 10% of your income is going to golf.
We're not saying this is a problem.
No, it's not a problem.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, but it's like I think that's become a standard of. I just want to be able to go to a restaurant and golf whenever I want, and not have to go home and hate myself for it.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like, hey, you want to go golf? Or somebody asks me to go golf, and I'm like, I can't.
Not this
I'm gonna
weekend.
say I'm busy.
Yeah.
But it's not because I'm busy. It's because I'm broke.
Yeah.
And like. How hard is it to just get to a life where I can play golf when on demand? And then we're talking about retiring, where I don't have to worry about money
and
forever.
where you're golfing every day.
yeah. Like it's so backwards. So I think at the end of the day, we'll get into more. How long has it been?
32 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, just diving into things like that of how can the everyday guy look at their budget, look at spending, look at the absurdity to it.
How can you sliver something into that $500 budget every month?
Yeah.
And mentally, you know that you did something for your future, but you can still golf.
Yeah, but the future, when people like put money away for the future, that future's next Thursday at Glen Abbey at 9:10. You know, like that's how people are
good
thinking.
Tea time.
Yeah, it is great tea time. But that's how I operate of like, saving for your future, for us at least, isn't 65 retirement. It's saving for my future is relative to what's coming up next. How can I save for that?
Yeah, but I think there's 3 tiers to what you're saving for: the short term, medium term, long term. Obviously, as long as you have the mental capacity to think this tiny bit, it could be $5 a month, man.
Yeah.
This tiny bit goes towards age 65, which, we're not retiring to 65 anymore. It's just unrealistic. Bananas are $7 now.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here? But medium term could be buying that house in 10 years on that $150,000.
Yeah.
Short term is, can I buy a polo at Glen Abbey when I do my round?
Can I buy a golf shirt?
Yeah.
The answer is no.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's fun to talk about. We'll also talk about like stupid things we spend money on. What's the dumbest thing you've spent your money on in the last 2 years? And something that's tangible, not like a no. The drugs and alcohol, those are intangibles.
Yeah.
Concerts. Yeah, you said 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
So many metal bands out there, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I was at Electric Callboy on Saturday, man.
Concerts are, again, you music. Taking in music is free, but it makes our lives so much better. And then it's like, oh, I get to see that music live. You're saying I get to stand there and watch the things I listen to and watch it? Oh, yeah. Get in line. Wait in line. Ticketmaster for ticket. $300 lawn seat. And you're like,
it's changing, bro.
Yeah.
You can't upcharge on the tickets anymore. We'll see what that does.
Yeah. People are just going to increase the price of the ticket.
For sure.
People were.
It's still supply and demand. It goes back to it's a capitalist world.
I saw Morgan Wallen for $900. I sat on the lawn.
So you didn't see him.
But it's like, but they're excited about that.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I will say a concert is somewhere where you do disappear from your real life for about an hour.
Yeah, that's also
things.
something people are looking forward to.
Yeah.
Like golf is that. Stand up is that.
Yeah. Golf's not until around hole 13.
Yeah.
And then you get the text from your wife and you're like,
yeah.
I'll be home right after the round. And then you text her at hole 18
and
on lot 15.
And then you get cockeyed. Then you get cockeyed and you go home and you're like, I deserve to golf, you bitch. I put a roof over your head.
And then you take a nap.
Yeah. And then you get up and apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, sweet. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Sweet. Yeah.
Cheers.